John Tashjian is a principal at Centurion Real Estate. They have a lot of investments in downtown New York. And John, thank you for joining us on Surveillance this morning to talk about the rejuvenation of the area. In a way, was 9/11 a catalyst, or was this area coming back anyway?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. I think it's probably a two-pronged answer. On the one hand, downtown was ripe for redevelopment, but certainly the aftermath of the tragedy of September 11th, and then then kind of some of the government subsidies that pushed people down there or lured people down there to live after September 11th started to revitalize the neighborhood from a residential standpoint. But what we've seen really in the last, let's just call it 3 years, is a tremendous push downtown. And I think that it's a very interesting case study because a lot of what's happening down there, some could really tie toward what happened after September 11th. Maybe we remember the World Trade Center and those two towers as kind of very institutionally oriented, and what's happening downtown is very different, especially with Condé Nast taking up over 1 million square feet in the Freedom Tower. It's kind of changed the dynamic of who's down there, from financial firms to kind of what we all consider maybe more interesting publishing.
I think of the Battery Park City School, Stuyvesant, Pine Street School, and others down there as well, the public schools, PSIS 276, and others. Where will it be in 5 years, John?
Well, the majority, we're heavily invested in Battery Park City. We believe in Battery Park City. We have 2 buildings down there, River House and our new development, River and Warren. And Battery Park City is, now 100% built out. And I think we'll continue to see a residential change going on there. I think we'll probably see more conversion from residential to luxury properties, from rental to luxury. You mentioned the schools. The schools downtown, especially in that area, are very strong, and they're sought after, both by people living in Tribeca and people in Battery Park City. So I think we'll see some more conversion there. Obviously, there's been a retail explosion downtown with just about every major luxury retailer that one can name moving into either Brookfield Place or Westfield Center. So where before you had a pizza place and an electronics store, you now have Le District, you have Gucci, Hermes, and Tom Ford, and DVF and Apple rumored. So it's a total and complete shift.
I agree with that, but Mike, I must admit, I miss the little pizza store downtown. I must admit
this is New York. You can always find
another little pizza store downtown
somewhere. The other important thing I think that is going to affect downtown next is the opening of the transportation hub, right?
It's significant. To be able that area is well served, but the transportation hub will really bring it all together. And if you're living in and around the World Trade Center or in Battery Park City, that's going to be your main transportation hub. But people are gravitating to, especially Battery Park City, because it has these now iconic views. You can see the Freedom Tower. You can see you're on the water. It's an easier place to live. It's a little quieter, but across the street is Tribeca and the financial district, and as you mentioned, access to all major transportation. So we've seen a real influx of people and a lot of families moving out of Tribeca into Battery Park City.
John, as they rebuild it out, you mentioned Condé Nast. John Tashjian with us, folks, with Centurion, as we look at the spirit of the future of Lower Manhattan. You mentioned Condé Nast. How much empty office space is there within the new construction?
Well, within One World Trade Center, that leasing has gone a little slower than I think they might have liked. It's about 2/3 leased. But if you look at what's happening at Brookfield across the street, in Battery Park City, they were over 40% vacant a couple of years ago, and now they're under 5% vacant.
That's the old Winter Garden.
And the related World Trade Center area. Now, Brookfield got ahead of Westfield on the other side with respect to its retail, and I think the retail really drives office decision making, office leasing. because people want an experience, and the experience that Brookfield has created, and I think the experience that Westfield will create, will continue to bring tenants downtown. You've got more. South of Chambers, just think about like what's happening. You have 2,500 new residential units coming online. You have 13 new hotels by next year.
So is there potential for the future for commercial real estate, or are you pretty much built out for now?
Well, in that area, I think we'll see a lot of conversion of older buildings to newer uses, and I think that's the next phase of any infill location.